Yo, welcome back to the BSD4 channel. Wingness, what's going on? What's happening? Oh, man, nah, I'm just playing with you guys. It ain't snowing anymore. It all melted, but it will be back. This is what we're going to be talking about today, man. We're going to make up a series called, So You Want to Do a Swap, huh? This is what it is. Criteria that I have going on, $2,500 to spend on the swap.
You must be out of your goddamn.
Now, the swap has to be a V8, 6-speed, NA, 300 horsepower to the wheels. This makes it very difficult. Now, you guys who are Ford guys are not going to like these video series at all. We leaving all options of engines on the table. Now, that means anything except LS and 2JZs. It's going to make things a lot difficult because of that 6-speed transmission. It's very expensive. Now, many of you guys are watching this video say, oh man, this is simple. Just go get a 3-valve. Again, we're dealing with a swap that's accessible to you. Now, if I can get a 3-valve, or there's a 3-valve in the junkyard that I'm going to, because I'm going to a Pacific junkyard that gives me good prices. Every other junkyard wants a lot of money for a 3-valve. Now, if you live in a certain area where you live that have all these 3-valves, like my man Harrison said, in Tennessee, they got 5.0s everywhere. Mustang City. We don't have them like that over here. We don't have a lot of Ford trucks in the junkyard that is modern, which is crazy. Very strange, but we don't have them here like that. But if you go down south, you guys buy trucks out the wazoo. We don't have them up here. So Coyote swaps for me, you may see one for $1,500, but realistically, when you buy the control pack for that engine, it turns out you're going to be spending another $1,000 to it, and I'm going to be over budget because the Coyote motor ain't cheap. It's just not.
When you buy a full motor, complete, all the components and everything, you're going to pay the most money, but you're probably going to get maybe the best product that way. And so you may spend, just for a motor, tranny, harness and everything, computer, pedal, you could easily spend $8,500, which is a lot of money, okay? So another way is to kind of buy parts and pieces. A motor here, and you notice right over here we have a transmission, and so we get the parts and pieces, and that allows us to save a little bit of money. But then there's the drawbacks. If you notice, they just cut all the little engine harness and everything. They don't really save anything that they could possibly save, so they pretty much junked a lot of the motor, and you can see a lot of the parts that were just cut off. And so
now you guys are looking at this swap here on this Maverick. Now this is a conventional swap. This is nothing special. It's basically a 302 based engine, right, from Ford Explorer EFI setup. Now the computer cost me $150 to delete the PAT system, and then I had to wire everything up. The engine, harness, and the ECU cost me $150. Now this is a conventional cheap behind swap, along with the 5-speed transmission and everything else. If you're doing a more modern engine, you got a serious issue, and that's going to be a PAT system, body control module, some other smorgasbord of stuff, probably 7 different things that have to be deleted. Now that thing cost me $150 to make into a 5-speed. No extra tune or nothing like that, $150. Now if I'm doing that with a more modern engine, it's going to cost me $500. So anything that's worth doing these days with this drive-by-wire system is going to cost you a lot of money, because somebody has to detune the ECU to make it work into any car. So you guys got to keep in mind about that situation. You can buy the engine, you can buy everything, and you're at $2,500, but then you need to get it tuned, and then you got wiring you got to do. Is either you do it or you send it out. There's so many different ways you can go about this. This is what makes this swap very, very difficult, no matter if it was Ford base or either another type of car base, whatever the heck you want to pick out there. It's just going to make things difficult because, you know, you got sensors that are a lot of sensors on this, but on 2003 cars or 2005 cars, there's even more sensors in there. So it makes things difficult. So today we're going to be going to the junkyard, and we're going to be, you know, really trying to figure out this situation here, and it makes things really, really tough. So we're going to see what we can do, and you Ford guys may not like these videos, so you have an option to go check out my man who's doing the Godzilla swap. Go over there, ask him some questions about the Godzilla swap, and he'll answer all your questions about the Godzilla swap, because you guys may not like this. Junkyard number 1, we go to the cheapest junkyard we can find that's close. Now this is not the best one that I get all of nice good parts for free or whatever, but this is will do. Now it's a 2001 engine. How much horsepower does this make? Okay, how much does it weigh? All right, is the swap difficult to do? All right, now is the whole wire harness here? Pretty much yes. But we still got to figure out why this navigator was in here, because it's kind of all together. We pray that the transmission was bad, but the way that it's looking, it didn't say anything that it drove in or anything like that. It was used for sheetrock and spackling. Some guy who did something in whatever. They drove the heck out of this car. Now this is a good candidate. These are solid. I never heard none of these have a rod knock or nothing. Great starting point for a swap. How much does it cost? How much does it weigh? How much horsepower are we gonna get? Can we get everything? And then is the ECU tunable? And we need the whole wire harness. When we need the whole wire harness, we got to go inside here and rip everything out. Well, shoot, stuff is already out. But you see, they cut this out, they cut that out. We can still wiggle around that, but it is tattered in here. So we can kind of look and see what is it all about, like what happened. I think the engine is probably shot. Maybe. I hope the transmission is. So the only bad thing about it is it's not complete. We don't have a complete, like, everything in there, but this is a good one. Now we'll keep moving along, and again, you see this? This is a no-no. This is cheating. You know what I mean? Even though this is what everybody is doing, but this is cheating. You know what I mean? You got the whole wire harness right here ready to go. This is why everybody go ahead and just take this engine out. Now when you look at it, it is narrow. This is perfect. This is why people go to this, and this is like cheating. Not really cheating, but you know. Now you look at this engine here, it is wide. It's really big. So with that said, this engine versus this engine, this is the jam, but this we cannot use. That is a no. 2003 Explorer, another Expedition, that won't work. The horsepower won't be there as soon as you drop it in. And what I mean is, yes, every engine has potential, but what it is that we want drop-in horsepower getting 300 and something horsepower. This is not going to do it. So we got to really figure this thing out, and we got to go over to the other side. You yank the engine out of that, no good. We got a Dakota, that might work. You know, would this work? Not this one. That ain't gonna work. No VTEC, none of that. No, none of that. Let's see. What is in here? Another one of those. That's not gonna work. Yep, this is the Excursion. And the guy over there about to crush this thing here. I like watching that sometimes. Power Stroke. Many of you guys are talking about get a diesel, swap a diesel in, bro. Nah, man. I don't know too much about these engines, but these are daggone cool if I knew about them. Maybe one day I will touch on it, but right now, man, this is like too tight. Turbo's over there in the back. The daggone thing goes over here, and the intercooler, and it is just something I'm not really used to. But for you guys out there who are wondering where do I get those power steering pumps from, is this type of Volvo. It's this little mini Volvo here. If you look at it, it's the small one like this. Then when you come over here, you got to yank the bumper off, and you can hit that right there, and there's the pump right there, giving you a little bit of gain. So what we're going to do is that we got the 5.4 double overhead cam. That is a possibility. We're gonna have to go to the next junkyard. There's really not much, so let's keep on rolling. So on the way to the junkyard, it started to rain, so I'm going back to the base to recoup and figure out what's the next move. It's a, you know, not for nothing, man. That 5.4, when I double overhead cam inside the junkyard, that might not be it. I start to really think about it. Definitely going to have hood clearance issues, because I'm not going to change the plenum and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm changing the plenum, I might as well start doing performance stuff, and I'm not saying I'm not geared, not financially geared to do all of that at the moment. I'm not financially geared to do any of this goddamn stuff. But you know what I mean? I just want to drop in, because it's going to take so much to get the car to like really run and everything. So, you know, that's what's going on. So I'm trying to figure out a better move. Now, does this ever happen to you guys, man? As soon as you come home, it stops raining and everything is all good, but you already made up your mind, hey, I'm coming home. That's what happened to me, man. So behind the scenes, man, we've been working on this here. If you guys don't know, it's my 4.6 turbo junkyard style, and you know, we doing it Ferris Bueller's Day Off type style. We got to get the rear broken in, so this is kind of like the simplest way for me to do it. Plus I want to see if anything is leaking, blah 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 blah, you know, the whole routine. So everything kind of looks good, it sounds good. Engine needs to be what do you call it, tuned and everything, so don't mind the popping in the background if you're new to the channel. You know, this over here, yeah, so probably the next video we'll probably go get the other caliper on there to get our double disc caliper set up. But right now I'm just listening to everything and see how it goes. So for right now, man, this is a good deal, man. We're just letting it sit there and idle. So it sounds good. Everything's all right. So let's go on and continue on. All right, behind the scenes, man, this is what prompted the whole episode. Oh, so you want to do a swap, huh? 6-speed trans, right? Cost me $250, all right? Drive shaft to go with it, that is a carbon fiber. This is a carbon fiber ABS plastic combination type deal that they put in the 370Zs and all of that stuff. So this transmission, they have an adapter kit for it, right? That can fit a 302. Yes, they do. There's a way to go, but it's going to eat into the money. You know what I mean? Very, very, it's going to eat into it. And that is, what do you call it? The flywheel that go along with. Maybe I need it, maybe I don't. Ordering parts for the heads. So that's what prompted this whole daggone idea of me purchasing that thing. So we could probably sell it or keep it. We don't know. You tell me in the comments below. So, but before we end this video, man, I got to give a shout out to my man John Applegate and my man Harrison, the Truth Media. You guys' name has been throughout the whole video, man. Thank you guys for the support in that manner. It really does help the channel so much, man. I am talking so loud over this daggone car, but I got to get it all, you know, warmed up, man. So hopefully you guys can understand that. Plus I want to hear it, see how it sounds and everything. It seems like everything has been, you know, pretty good. A little bit of popping on the exhaust. We need that tune. Again, man, I want to thank you two guys, man. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that during these times, but happy holidays to you and yours. God bless everybody, man, that watched this video and beyond. You know what I mean? God bless you and your family, man, during this holiday season. Thank you so much. I sent the information out to get the title for this. That was a headache, and we're working on that too behind the scenes. So, man, thank you guys for watching this episode of So You Want to Do a Swap, huh? On the Build Something TV channel, man. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right, man. Later. Yeah, man. It's going to be a long road getting this together, man. It's going to be a long road.